It is 3:30 a.m., and the sky is still blacker than a tax collector's soul when Pierre wakes up. The smell of baking bread has a way of prying open your eyelids. Mille cornes de bouc, Pierre grumbles, his breath puffing out like a dragon's in this icy January air. Downstairs, his father, Jean, is already turning the kitchen into an inferno. Bonjour, Pierre. Pierre joins the dough fight, his hands working the mass into submission. Bread got expensive lately, with the imminent conflicts between the French and their German neighbors, which started just after the conflicts with the British had a break. By 5 a.m., the medieval house smells like a bakery had a baby with a perfume shop as Pierre yanks the golden brown loaves out. The product is ready. Pierre's father stays at the bakery, selling for the neighboring customers, but Pierre needs to fill a handcart with bread to sell in the local city market. Saturday is the best day for sellers in the city markets. Still, the idea of walking almost half an hour in the cold weather of the still dark morning is not very enticing. Pierre washes his hands in a bowl of water that feels like it's straight from the Seine in winter and changes into his Saturday best, which, let's be honest, is just his Friday best, but slightly cleaner and less stinky. He loads the bread onto a cart that's seen better days, probably around the time Charlemagne was a lad. Pushing through Paris's muddy medieval maze, the city starts yawning to life. At the market, the noise is like 100 gossiping vagrants. Pierre, a handsome boy who still had all his teeth, uses his charm to sell bread like it's going out of fashion, which, to be fair, his main customers are the servants and cooks of aristocrats, some of them even working in the court of King Louis. One of the servant ladies buying bread from him shares her thoughts with Pierre. "Heard about that insane emperor coming to attack us?" Pierre asks, "By insane emperor, you mean Henry V, the Holy Roman Emperor?" The lady is confused. She never heard about a Holy Roman Henry V. For her, he is just a Saxon after all. So she just paid 2 deniers for the finest white bread Pierre had and bid farewell to him with a wink. By 11 a.m., Pierre has a break to share a piece of bread with his candle-selling mate, and they chat. The talk turns to the king rallying the Parisians against the Holy Roman Emperor Henry V. "Do you think this Saxon emperor is really such a troublemaker?" he asks. His friend says, "Well, at least our king wants to make it look that way, so I would rather not invite him for dinner." They laugh, but there's a patriotic buzz in the air. The expectation of an attack raised a patriotic feeling in most Parisians. Pierre's mother brings ale because water at that time could kill you or give you some bad diarrhea, while fermented alcoholic drinks were relatively sterile.
By 1 p.m., Pierre is back to work. More bread selling, more haggling, more rumors about the Germans and the Brits, because you never know if the peace with the Brits would endure more than one season. By 5:30 p.m., Pierre returns home. The streets are now lit by torches, and the rats are waking up to eat whatever was left behind. By home before 6 p.m., dinner's a lively affair, pottage and bread, the medieval equivalent of a Michelin star meal. After the meal, they go to the nearby church. In front of the church, they see the banner of Saint Denis, an unifying symbol of the Parisians used in times where they expected war, this time against the Holy Roman Empire. Evening prayers feel more like a pep rally for the city, thanking God for the day's bread and hoping for the strength to throw it against the enemy if needed. Back home, Pierre entertains his small sister, born just before their mother died, with tales of knights and dragons, his eyes reflecting the flames. After she falls asleep, he goes to his straw bed. Before blowing the candle out to sleep, Pierre looked to the candle flames. Maybe by next spring, the Germans will be here, and I will be there defending the walls of Paris. Maybe I will be dead by then, or maybe I will just be baking bread again. Who knows? So better get some sleep.